Crystal Sews and stuff here on YouTube as well as on Instagram. Welcome back to the channel today. Today I wanted to participate in the Sew Us Your Stash 2020 tag that was created by Dani of A Pocket or Two and Sian of Kittenish Behaviour. So there are a couple of questions so that we can all participate and virtually see everyone's stash during this trying time. So let me get on with the questions. So the first question is, what is your favorite fabric? So right now in my stash, my favorite fabric is this beautiful kind of a stretched cotton from Mood Fabrics that I purchased in New York the last time we did the bus trip to New York. So I bought about 3 or 3.5 yards of this beautiful print. I think I've shown this before, but it's a gorgeous print from Mood. It's all these beautiful colorful feathers. And it has blues and pinks and beiges and a little bit of teal or light green right here, bluish green teal. And I love this print. It's beautiful and large. And I think I want to make some kind of a jacket with it, probably in the fall, but it looks like this is more, could probably work in the summer, early spring as well. So I want to make a coat with that. So I'm going to be standing up a little bit just so I can show you up close the fabrics. So the next question is, what is your oldest fabric? And my oldest fabric is this beautiful cotton that I picked up from the thrift store. I think I bought this at Thrifties or Savers, one of those two thrift stores in my area. And so I picked up this lovely cotton, and it's a directional print with these lovely flowers on it, and it's beautiful. And I have about 2.5 yards, but it was cut into, so part of it is you know, the full length brown, maybe close to 50 inches, maybe not quite. And then the other part is cut off. So it's not too much cut off, so I still have a lot to work with. So I'm thinking about either a shirt or a shirt dress or something like that where I could color block it if I don't have enough fabric for it. But I've had this about 6-7 years. I picked it up at the thrift store because when I first started sewing, really getting into apparel sewing, I was buying fabric all over the place. I was just buying. And this is one of the fabrics that I bought because it was pretty. So this is my oldest fabric. So I've had this about 6 or so years. So the next question is, what is your scared to cut into fabric? So I'm going to say that it is this beautiful silk fabric that I picked up from Metro Textiles in New York. And it has a beautiful print on it, and it's gorgeous. I'm just scared to cut into it because it's silk and I don't want to mess it up. And because once you mess it up, you know, but I am going to cut into it at some point. I'm thinking about either a blouse or a slip dress with that. So that is my most scared to cut into fabric because it's silk. So anyway, that's the next question. And then the next question is, don't have a clue what to make with it. So here is my number one fabric of what I don't have a clue to make with. And it is this beautiful scuba fabric. And it has this very large scale print to it. It's gorgeous. I have about 2 or 2.5 yards. I think just 2 because when I first started sewing, I always bought 2. Now about 3 yards of fabric. So anyway, I bought 2 yards of this beautiful print and this very large scale, kind of like paintbrush strokes. And it's scuba, so it's very heavy, but the colors are very light. So that's part of the reason why I haven't sewn with it, because I don't know what to make with it, because it's light colored for spring, but then it's heavy weight that would work for fall. So I'm not sure I was thinking a skirt or a jacket, maybe. And I can't think of the pattern because I don't want to break up the colors too much. But anyway, if you have any ideas, let me know down in the comments section. I really appreciate your help with this one, especially because I just love the way it looks. So any pattern suggestions will be very much appreciated for that one. And I have some runners up in that category. The next one is this pretty cotton fabric from Michael Miller, and it's brownish purple. That's what I'm gonna call it, brownish purple, more brown than purple. But it's a cotton, 100% cotton fabric. And it's kind of a shirting weight. It's not see-through. It's pretty opaque, and it looks like cubes. And it's by the designer Michael Miller. It's called Seedlings by Thomas Paul for Michael Miller. And I picked this up from Craftsy, which changed into Blueprint, which is now going out of business. So I'm kind of annoyed about that. I did post that on Instagram, that Blueprint, if you hadn't heard, is going out of business. And I have several classes from them. So I've been watching and downloading as many classes as I can onto my iPad. And I'm going to also download them to my phone soon. So anyway, I'm kind of bummed about that. But anyway, that's where I got that cotton. So any suggestions for that? And then the next fabric that I'm not sure about what to do with is this polyester leopard print, and it has it's a chevron kind of print. So it goes up and down in chevrons, and it's ombre, and it's beautiful. I just don't know what to do with it. I don't know, because it's polyester, so it'll be too hot for summer. So any suggestions will be appreciated. And the last one, I'm kind of thinking I might do a jacket with. I'll show you. And I got that at the I got this at the Baltimore D Stash in 2018, and they got canceled for this year. But well, for now, I don't know if we're gonna see how everything's going with the virus and stuff. But anyway, I picked that at the first Baltimore D Stash in 2018. So the last thing that in the I don't know what to do with it category is this beautiful striped cotton sateen that I picked up from a fabric place, which is a local fabric store in Baltimore. And it's beautiful, and I think I got about 3 yards. And it's this beautiful stretch cotton sateen. And I picked it up because I love all the colors. But the thing that gets me is it is cut on a diagonal. So I'm not sure what to make with it. So I'm not sure. I'm thinking maybe a bomber jacket and use one of the colors and use this as kind of a contrast arm or something. But anyway, that is what the last fabric in the I don't know what to do with it category. Actually, probably all of these could go in that category. But for brevity, I'm going to just show you those few. And then the next question is your fabric with the story. So this is another fabric that I picked up in New York. I'm not sure. I think a fabric garden in New York, but it is this black and now kind of grayish beige fabric. It's a velveteen kind of print. It's beautiful black florals, and this background was pure white when I bought it. So that's why that's part of the story. So I bought the fabric and I loved it, and I took it straight home and I washed it, and then all of the black bled onto the white part. So now it's a grayish beige. And so I was so bummed that I just put it to the side because I was like, I ruined it. But I think I could still use it. I'm not sure. But anyway, maybe a jacket or something. But anyway, that's what happened with this fabric. So that's my story, is that I kind of ruined it, but not over ruined it. I think it's okay. I don't know. Let me know what you think. So that's the fabric with a story. And then The next one is precious fabric. So I have two, and again, these are silks. This is my first ever silk jersey, and it's beautiful. And I think I got this at a Fabrics Garden in New York, and it has these beautiful flowers in it. And so it's kind of precious to me because it was a little expensive for a jersey, and so I don't want to mess it up. But this is just beautiful, and it's a real silk jersey, so that's why I haven't used it yet. And it has the large print, so apparently I don't know what to do with large print, but I keep buying it. And then the next precious fabric is this silk McAdoo that I got from a Fabric Garden in New York. So it's real silk, but it's sturdier. It's not a slinky silk. So this is kind of precious just because it was kind of pricey, just like the silk jersey. So, and I have about 2 yards of this silk McAdoo. So I'm thinking some kind of top or something I could make with this. But it's really soft and beautiful. So those are the precious fabrics. And then dream fabric. I would say I don't have, maybe the silk jersey was something that was kind of a dream fabric for me, that I've always wanted to work with. And another fabric I want to do is I want to make something that has like an overlay, kind of floral overlay to it. And I saw some beautiful fabric at B&J Fabrics, and so that's something I want to get one day, is really sheer overlay kind of fabric with floral print or something like that. And I'll show a picture of what I'm talking about right here. So anyway, those are the questions to the Show Us Your Stash Challenge, except for the last one. And the last question is, where do you keep your stash? So let me show you that now. Okay, so let me show. These are where I keep some of my fabrics. This is right by the door to my sewing area in the basement. And so these are fabrics I kind of want to do something with soon. So I keep this little, it's a bookshelf that I had in the kids' room forever. And anyway, I just keep some fabrics that I want to sew with sooner on this shelf. And then I have a couple of, right here I have some like knit remnants that I want to sew with in this little bin. So they're like remnants that I picked up that as remnants from like Joann's in the remnant section, or if I have some knit left over from a knit project. So that goes in that bin for little t-shirts and stuff like that. So I'm gonna show you where I keep the big part of my stash. Okay, so this is where I keep the rest of my stash. This is in the basement storage area, and I have just this rack of just a storage rack that we got from, I think, Lowe's. And so I just have all of the rest of my fabric here. So I keep like wools and denim up here, and I have some fleeces over here. I have a couple more denims, like bottom weight stuff here, and a couple of crepes and chambrays over here. I have all the rest of my wovens on this row, and then down here I have some knits. So these are all the rest of my knits that I have, you know, full length of. And then the bottom I have kind of more heavier, precious kind of fabrics. Like I have like 2 boucles, and a couple of more thinner wools here, some faux leather, and sweater knit. So that is my stash, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.